Don't go around popping champagne, which is $20,000 a bottle, with sparklers, and don't zoom your Ferrari or Lotus or whatever down the middle of the road.
He goes overseas, and instead of talking about how to deal with the serious widening inequality in Singapore, he teaches wealthy foreigners not to show off their wealth too much. Singaporeans are faced with rising inequality and real worries about wealthy foreigners driving up property prices. And what was the message? Not a plan to address the root problem, not a commitment to tackle wealth concentration or rein in the distortions caused by speculative money, but that foreigners learn to camouflage their wealth. Folks, I don't know how to put it any more bluntly. With a government like that, our troubles are going to worsen. In 2013, Mr. Lee Hsien Loong openly said, "If I can get another 10 billionaires to move to Singapore and set up their base here, my Gini coefficient will get worse. But I think Singaporeans will be better off." And bring them in he did. Family offices set up by ultra-rich foreigners exploded from about 400 in the year 2020 to more than 2,000 in 2024, a 500% surge in just 4 years. But are Singaporeans better off, as Mr. Lee claimed we would? Let's take a look. 1. Median wealth has declined in the last 15 years, while the average wealth per adult rose sharply over the same period, according to UBS Global Wealth Report in 2024. In other words, gains in wealth have gone disproportionately to the wealthy few. 2. Housing costs, especially HDB resale prices, rising nearly 10% in 2024. They are soaring out of reach of Singaporeans. 3. 60% of Singaporeans say they live from paycheck to paycheck, and nearly 50% say they can never achieve financial freedom. A 2024 survey found that more than half of respondents believe Singapore has become more unequal over the past decade. 4. Our total fertility rate has fallen to a record low, while our population has climbed to a record high. 5. Mental health has become a crisis. Half of middle-aged women experience mental health issues. 27% seriously considered self-harm or suicide. 1 in 3 youth experience severe symptoms of depression, anxiety, or stress. We have the highest rate of suicide in Southeast Asia. And this is why I'm sounding the alarm. Because this is not just an economic trend. It is a dangerous direction the PAP is taking the country. When an economy is structured around the desires of the super rich, inequality deepens, social cohesion frays, and the voice of ordinary citizens grow weaker. Now, it's insane that we have a system where the government brings in wealthy foreigners who buy up expensive property, resulting in the escalation of our cost of living. Inflation drives up stress and mental health issues, leading to younger Singaporeans not wanting to have babies, and the total fertility rate drops. This gives the government the excuse to bring in more foreigners, including super rich ones, then rinse and repeat. Am I the only one that thinks that this system is crazy and unsustainable? Now, in the middle of all this, Mr. Lee Hsien Loong teaches foreigners not to flaunt their wealth in case Singaporeans get jealous. Just hide the problem from the people. But let me ask you, how does teaching billionaires to keep the bling down help Singaporeans who are living from paycheck to paycheck? How does advising wealthy foreign youths not to speed in their Ferraris make homes more affordable for young Singaporeans? How does telling the ultra-rich to drink their $20,000 champagnes more discreetly create fairer opportunities for our people? Whether they hide it or not, the inequality is right there, and it is growing. And ask yourself, will things change? Remember, it is the PAP ministers who built the very policies that brought us here in the first place. They live among the super wealthy. They move in those circles. Many of them are the super wealthy. How many of our ministers live in HDB flats? How many have to worry about bills, about groceries, about medical costs? about their children's future. The system they engineered funnels wealth upward into assets, land, and industries controlled by a small, privileged elite. This is the real issue, not the bling, but the inequality behind it. I describe all this in my books. If you haven't already, get a copy at cheesoonjuan.com. We cannot keep sleepwalking into a future designed for billionaires while the rest of us struggle with housing, cost of living, and shrinking opportunity. Singaporeans must pay attention and take urgent action. Join the SDP, grow our ranks, donate, contact us, and learn how you can help. Get on our mailing list. This is the moment for action, for reform, for courage. We need to rise together now. I'll see you again.
People can say own self, check own self, but it is a virtue. I see it always as a virtue. If own self cannot check own self, you're in big trouble.
85% are in HDB homes. We intend to keep the values of these homes up. It will never go down because it will be renewed, the surroundings will improve, and as Singapore prospers, GDP goes up, the value of the homes will go up.
Madam Lee Siu Lan. How old is she? She's 91. She's still working as a cleaner in Red Hill Market. How did she get the job? She was friends with the hawkers. Hawkers introduced her to the cleaning contractor. So courtesy of NTUC's job redesign program, proper equipment, trolleys, garments and so on, so she's productive. So she told us, she says, she didn't tell me this, she told Sam Tan this. She says, officially she earns $800, but actually she moonlights a little bit. Helping out hawkers, cut vegetables, jaga the stock.
Someone, our foreign finance minister, pointed out 75% of the GST was paid by foreigners and the higher income families. For the lower income families, for every $1 they paid in GST, they got back $5 from the government. GST is a tax mostly paid by the well-off and is used to help the less well-off.
Well, everybody has a car.
How many cars do you have?
I have two. My wife drives one, I drive one. We're both professionals. We need to travel. Please do not give me any sympathy votes. I do not need sympathy.
I go to bed and every morning when I wake up, the sun rises. But I never make the mistake of thinking that the sun rises because I woke up.